Technical and Vocational Education and Training, or TVET for short, is education and training which provides knowledge and skills for employment. TVET uses formal, non-formal and informal learning and is recognized to be a crucial vehicle for social equity, inclusion and sustainable development. TVET serves multiple purposes. A key purpose is preparation of youth for work. This takes the form of learning and developing work-related skills and mastery of underlying knowledge and scientific principles. Work is broadly defined and therefore refers to both formal employment and self-employment. To support self-employment, TVET curricula often includes entrepreneurship. Training related to this is the social reproduction and transformation of occupational and vocational practices. TVET is also a site for personal development and emancipation. This concerns the development of those personal capacities that relate to realizing one's full potential with regard to paid or self-employment, occupational interests, and life goals outside of work. At the same time, TVET seeks to enable individuals overcome disadvantages due to circumstances of birth or prior educational experiences. TVET facilitates economic growth by increasing the productivity of workers. The returns from increased output far exceeds the cost of training, direct and indirect, leading to economic growth. TVET, like any other form of education, also facilitates socio-economic development by enhancing the capacity of individuals to adapt practices that are socially worthwhile. As a form of education similar to all others, TVET aims to developing the broad range of personal capabilities that characterizes an educated person. Thus, the provision of broad-based knowledge seeks to ensure critic creative thinking, for it also aims at developing capacities for effective communication and effective interpersonal relations. So, do not hesitate. Come join us, and we guarantee to equip you with a future that is both educative and skillful. Karibu, North Coast Medical Training College.
Asanteni sana. Basi mabibi na mabwana, nachukua fursa hii kuwakaribisha rasmi katika hafla ya siku ya leo ambayo ni hafla ya 8 tangu mwanzo wa chuo tukufu cha North Coast Medical Training College. Karibuni sana. Ni shughuli ambayo nitumshukuru Mungu sana kwa kuwa wakati tunajua wakati huu ni wakati ambao tuko katika na janga la COVID-19 ambapo shughuli kama hizi ni nadra sana kufanyika, lakini kwa uwezo wake Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ametubariki, ametuwezesha na tumeweza kufanya shughuli hii. Basi kabla ya kupoteza wakati, naomba tukasimame sote na tumkaribishe wimbo wa taifa. Asanteni sana, tunaweza kukaa. Tukiwa katika hali hiyo, naomba kuchukua wakati huu kumkaribisha Mr. Shedrack Mumba kwa ajili ya maombi ya Kikristo. Baadaye Hassan ataelekea mahali hapa kwa ajili ya maombi ya Kiislamu. Shedrack Mumba, popote ulipo, karibu, wakati ni wako.
Asante sana Bwana MC. So ni wakati mzuri ambao tunataka kuanza mkutano wetu ama sherehe hii kwa njia ya maombi. Kwa hivyo ningeomba kila mtu mahali ulipo kaweze kusimama kwa kumheshimu Mungu na tuweze kupata ombi fupi. Asante Mungu Baba, Mwana, Roho Mtakatifu, nakuja mbele zako asubuhi ya leo tukisema ni asante kwa pumzi ya uhai na pia kutuwezesha tena kufika mahali hapa tukiwa tuko salama salmi. Asante Jehova Mungu kwa ajili ya sherehe hii za leo, ambao wanafunzi wanaenda kufuzu kama vile Waswahili walivyosema kwamba chanda chema huvikwa pete. Basi vijana hawa leo wamekuja kuweza kuvikwa pete zao na kuweza kuonyesha ushindi wao. Asante kuwa pamoja nasi tunapoenda kuanza katika vipindi vyote, tusaidie, tuongoze wewe. Tunakataa kila hila ambazo hutumwa kuja kutatiza mkutano huu. Asante maana Baba utaenda kuwa pamoja nasi. Asante maana utatulinda hata tukapanda kufika kilele cha mkutano huu. Sifa na utukufu zitakurudia wewe. Na ni katika jina lako kuu Baba tuomba tukiamini. Asante.
Hassan, popote ulipo, karibu sana.
اللهم شرف الناس وليت الحمد لله ما قليت نستغفر الله ليك ولا ذنب الا غفرته هذه قليته حاجة ولا يحيى الا قليتها يا رب العالمين. صلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى اله وصحبه. الحمد لله.
Asanteni sana kwa maombi hayo. Ni ishara kwamba hafla imekabidhiwa mbele za Mwenyezi Mungu na tutaendelea kulingana na vile ratiba ilivyo. Naomba kuchukua fursa hii kumkaribisha kinara wa wanafunzi, yani student president, Bwana Lewis Yeri, akaweze kutupa mawili matatu. Lewis Yeri, popote ulipo, karibu sana. Karibu sana Lewis Yeri.
Asante sana Bwana MC. Kwa wale wote waliofika mahali hapa, ni furaha yangu kuwakaribisha katika hafla yetu hii ya 8 tangu chuo hiki kilipoanza. Ningependa kuwashukuru directors, walimu wetu kwa kazi njema yenye wamefanya mpaka mmeweza kutimiza malengo yenu mkiwa hapa shule. Again, ningependa kuwapongeza wanafunzi wenzangu kwa kazi njema. Kusoma si rahisi, inataka moyo, na mmevumilia, mmepitia challenges nyingi, lakini at the end mmemanage. So kwangu ni kuwapongeza na kuzidi kuwapea morali pale popote kwenye mnaenda. Mzidi kufanya bidii. Bidii si kusoma tu, lakini pia kule kwenye mnaenda kufanya kazi, mzidi kuwa na bidii. Na ningependa kuwakaribisha pia watu wote wenye wamekuja katika hafla hii ya leo, kuambia karibuni sana katika sherehe hii ya leo. Kwa hiyo machache, karibuni sana.
Asante sana Lewis Yeri kwa maneno yako matamu kabisa ya kumtoa nyoka pangoni. Basi naomba kuchukua fursa hii kukaribisha Supreme Band wakaweze kutupa kibao. Kumbuka kwamba Supreme Band, ninahofia mimi kama MC Supreme Band, kwa kuwa baadhi ya wale wana Supreme Band pia wanafuzu siku ya leo. Sasa sijui itakuwaje jamani, nyimbo hizi tamtamu hizi tutazikosa wakati mwingine, lakini labda bwana director anaweza kufanya vitu, atafanya jambo ili hawa wana Supreme Band ambao wamefuzu siku ya leo labda watabaki, ili vibao hivyo tusivikose tena siku nyingine. Karibuni sana Supreme Band na kibao chenu Morwa. Karibuni sana, karibuni sana. Nachukua fursa hii mgeni wa heshima kumkaribisha academic officer akaweze kutoa hotuba yake pia. Bwana Gift, karibu sana, karibu sana, karibu sana. Wapi makofi? Wapi makofi kwake? Wapi makofi kwake? baadhi ya wale ambao wana hotuba za hali ya juu sana. Karibu sana, karibu sana.
Our guest of honor, directors, invited guests, principal, teachers, non-teaching staff, and our esteemed graduates. My name's Mr. Gift Mwaegwa, in charge of academics at North Coast Medical Training College. Now, it is wonderful to see you all coming to completion of your 3 or 2 year academic journey in this graduation today. I say congratulations. As North Coast, our trade is to produce graduates with 21st century skills on top of the core professional skills. This includes problem-solving skills, working independently, self-driven, lifelong learners, and who can think critically on new challenges. We believe graduates with high skill distribution, that is generic and soft skills, perform better with better rewards than traditional low-level skills who compete on the bottom race. Education will never disappear, it just takes a different form. And as North Coast, we are privileged to partner with TVET body, whom we share the need to have a transformational curricula, assessment, and evaluation. With the new curricula, this will provide more opportunities for students to acquire real skills that are representative to their jobs, other than traditional emphasis of acquisition of high grades. In the modern technology, the economy does not pay you for what you know, since even internet knows everything, but you get paid for what you can do with what you know. We have also embraced ICT as enabler of transformative learning, where students manage their time and take more control of their learning. We are constantly identifying what works and scaling up our successes. This translates to success for every student, and we also bridged the digital gap by providing equal access to technology. In this era of pandemic, we have learned valuable lessons as physical courage, emotional courage, social courage, and intellectual courage. So let us move on with the resilience, and we will overcome. Finally, I believe all of you graduates, as you turn to be North Coast alumni, you will leave a legacy wherever you shall be called on duty. And also, not forgetting our dear parents and guardians who have invested a lot to make you reach where you are now. Enjoy your celebrations. Thank you.
Naomba kuchukua fursa hii kumkaribisha Principal Bwana Major Retired Sudi Juma akaweze kutupa hotuba yake. Karibu sana Major Retired Sudi Juma.
Habari zenu. Guest of honor, Madam Triza Nyireri, one of the founder members of Kenya Progressive Nurse Association. She'll join us virtually very soon, as we are all aware on what we are going through. Directors, head of departments, lecturers, mentors, graduates, a few students who are here, and the rest of the staff. Let me take this opportunity to welcome you guys for this unique graduation ceremony, our 8th graduation ceremony. We know this being a very memorable year 2020, that this is the second graduation. We had first virtual graduation around June with close to 70 graduates who graduated during that time. And as you can see, this is another unique kind of graduation, which is almost what I can say is sort of hybrid kind of graduation, which also I can say it reflects what we as North Coast we are doing in terms of teaching. Most of our teaching this year, they tend to be hybrid. Kind of we had distance and e-learning, which was enhanced, and also face-to-face at the later on this year. Let me take also another opportunity to thank you guys for the resilience you've shown during this year, whereby in the middle of pandemic, majority of you are much aware that the cohorts from other colleges whom you started training together, they are not even near graduation. And the reason why you guys are graduating now, it is the forethought or foresight of the management, directors of this institution to invest heavily on e-learning, MLIMU, and for those of you who started with Camilo, you all knew about this journey. It came at a very opportune time during this year when the government decided, or even the whole world, that there is a need of suspension of in-person training in all institutions. But for our case, and as some of you know, you panicked a bit because you knew very well you're almost at the end of your journey, and possible, few of you thought maybe now learning will be suspended. But it was not like that. We continue learning, and for those who are waiting to do their practical, they still did their practical, and majority of you knew very well the college really supported all of you in terms of while you're at home, relief. We knew very well that the COVID pandemic really hit our parents, guardians very hard in terms of their livelihood. And in that case, college made sure that all of you, none of you will stop learning due to fees problem, apart from some few cases, of course. I know some of you maybe ask what about so and so. But from few cases, all of you went ahead and do their final qualifying exam. We supported majority of you with bursary through AFAS Foundation and also CHBF, and we got a lot of encouragement also from you students that majority of you applied for help. And this way also helped the college to be able to offer even the online teaching. Maybe some people may think that even online it is cheap. It is not. We still need to maintain the infrastructures to enable us to teach. So it was very good for parents and you to support us in many ways, paying fees, applying help, and from the college also, few of the students were also supported by internet bundles through Safaricom and gadgets. So when the government decided that the cases have gone down a little bit, there was a change that the in-person training should resume. And as you can see, if you go around, before you guys left for home, there were no this hand washing unit. but we had to do this. And because being a medical institution, we didn't want it to be like a one-off thing. Some of these washing stations, they will be here, we'll maintain them so that they can be used in future for training, and also Waswahili wanasema kama kumbukumbu of what we've gone through. After the reopening also, we did a lot of training for COVID-19, how to prevent yourself from contracting the disease or even others. I can tell you that some colleges still, they don't believe in science. That up to now, even some of the staff in the clinical areas, they don't believe in science. Apart from washing hands, social distance, and putting on masks, even now when you go to some institution and you start coughing, whoever will be seeing you will either camper for safety or even try to tell you to go away from that. So I can report here confidently that our students, they are still in various clinical areas, despite some pressure even from the Ministry of Health, Kilifi, that they cannot take students because of the fear of contracting COVID. And in one of my letter, I told them that we train our students and we are confident they can be in clinical area and observing all the protocols. And it's good. Up to now, we've not got officially any report that our students have contracted the disease or they have been seriously affected by corona. And I think thanks to most of you, by observing the mandatory wearing of face masks, social distance, and sanitization, we are almost through with many things. One important thing I need also to mention about this graduation today is that it is a first for 3 departments. We have the first cohort of diploma in orthopedic and trauma medicine. We have these 3 students who stood the test of time and weather all the pressures and the tsunami and everything to end up today graduating with our first students who are graduating with diploma in orthopedic and trauma medicine. Also, we have a first students who are graduating with a certificate in hospital support management. They are the first cohort also. Also, we have another first today, is graduation. That's how important it is. We have a big cohort of students who are graduating with level 4 certificate in community health. So I think that makes this graduation a very, very important graduation. And on top of that, let me also remind you guys that yes, we have corona. We still need to maintain the social distance, and some of you like to remove masks, but let me tell you, take pictures with those masks with your gown. It will be one of the memorable pictures you'll have, that you'll tell your grandchildren you graduated during corona, the pandemic. Because recently I can see people talking about the Spanish flu, and a few very, very old people, they tell a story on what happened during that time. So, as I can see, most of you will grow to be great-great-grandfathers. Show them these pictures. That I graduated in the middle of pandemic. Our college did not close. We had directors and management who were very resilient, and they made sure that we graduated during that time, in the middle of second wave. This is second wave, if you don't. So you should be very proud of yourself. You are graduating in the middle of pandemic. Very few did that. in person. And I think cha msingi also back home, wazazi pia naweza washukuru sana kwa kuwa mulisaidia sana wanafunzi ambao saizi wako hapa kama graduates. Cha msingi ni kuwa wamepata taaluma mbalimbali, na katika hizi taaluma walizopata haikuwa rahisi, bali ilikuwa pia na ushirikiano wa karibu na nyinyi wazazi ndio nyumbani, kama si mzazi lakini ulimsupport mtoto ambaye yuko hapa mbele yetu leo, na kuwa katikati ya haya yote ni kwa karibu. Mwaka huu tulipoanza, mnajua vizuri ama mnajua fika kuwa kulikuwa kuna janga la corona, na katika kusaidiana sisi na nyinyi wanafunzi wa hawa leo wameweza kufuzu wakiwa na kwa vitengo mbalimbali, wakiwa na uzoefu mkubwa, uthabiti wa kazi na mifumo mbalimbali ya kiteknolojia tuliyotumia kwa wao kuweza kufuzu leo. Nawashukuru sana wazazi mlio nyumbani na kwa ushirikiano wenu. Namaliza kwa kusema kuwa nawaombea sherehe fanaka ya Christmas mwaka huu. Najua Christmas itakuwa tofauti, lakini tuwaombea Christmas njema, na pia tuangalie mwaka ujao mambo yaweza kuwa mazuri. Wengi wenu hapa mtakuwa kama wafanyikazi wa afya na mtapatiwa kipaumbele kupata vaksini ya corona ambayo imeanza kudungwa huko nje. Asanteni na Mungu awabariki.
Basi tumuongezee makofi jamani. Asanteni sana. Wakati bado uko, kuna wakati wa keki pia. Sitajiachilia kumsijali. Siku ni yenu, siku imepangwa ikapangika kwa ajili yenu.
Guests of honor, directors, principal, heads of department, and all protocols of staff, good morning. I would like to request all the graduates to recite this pledge after me. As a member of the medical profession, I solemnly pledge to dedicate my life to the service of humanity. I solemnly pledge to dedicate my life to the service of humanity. The health and well-being of my patient will be my first consideration. The health and well-being of my patient will be my first consideration. I will respect the autonomy and dignity of my patient. I will respect the autonomy and dignity of my patient. I will maintain the utmost respect for human life. I will maintain the utmost respect for human life. I will not permit consideration of age, disease, or disability. I will not permit consideration of age, disease, or disability. creed, ethnic origin, gender, nationality, political affiliation, race, sexual orientation, social standing, or any other factor to intervene between my duty and my patient. I will respect the secrets that are confided in me, even after the patient has died. I will practice my profession with conscience and dignity, and in accordance with good medical practice. I will foster the honor and noble traditions of the medical profession. I will give to my teachers, colleagues and students the respect and gratitude that is their due. I will share my medical knowledge for the benefit of the patient and the advancement of healthcare. I will attend to my own health, well-being and abilities in order to provide care of the highest standard. I will not use my medical knowledge to violate human rights and civil liberties, even under threat. I make these promises solemnly, freely and upon my honor.
I'm Marianne Darwinkel, a director at North Coast Medical Training College and also a trustee of Community Health Promotion Fund, or CHPF in short. Today I want to speak on behalf of CHPF. CHPF is a trust fund affiliated to North Coast Medical Training College, which supports training, healthcare services and community research activities with a mission of improving community health in Kenya and beyond. This year was a busy one for CHPF because it had to do its utmost best to reduce the consequence of COVID-19 in our community and for the students of North Coast MTC. This year, therefore, has been unique, and it's our collective wish that it goes away together with the suffering that most of us have endured. Many people lost jobs, parents could not pay college fees, businesses collapsed, and it might take very long for some of us to recover from this COVID-induced downturn. Nevertheless, we have learned many lessons during this period. One important and humane one is that we are all socially and economically interconnected, such that if one of us lacks, many of us lack even more. For example, if a parent loses a job and is not able to pay fees, the teacher cannot get a salary, and if the teacher cannot get a salary, he or she cannot pay rent. And if rent is not paid, the landlord, who may be a parent, will not pay fees and the circle continues. As families associated with North Coast MTC and CHPF, let's be grateful to each other, because we held each other's hand when it was most necessary, and we ensured that we did not sink or survive as individuals, but we remained afloat as a team. The first champions in this survival battle are the parents who, despite the situation, managed to pay some amount of fee. No matter how little it was, North Coast MTC managed to give some form of pay to the teachers. The second champions are our teachers and other staff. They took huge pay cuts, When the pandemic struck in March, they took pay cuts of up to more than 75%, which meant they survived on 75% or less of their normal salaries. That was a great feat. And despite this, they went on to teach and follow up students online and virtually. And with the college helping the parents with reduced fees, and with the staff continuing to accept reduced salaries, and with the parents continuing to strive to pay what they could, and with the students continuing to struggle to learn despite less favorable circumstances, we all managed to remain afloat. And that's why we can be here today. As we know, no country globally has been spared by the ravages of COVID-19. But for us here in Africa, we must be thankful because somehow we have not suffered to the extent that others in other parts of the world have suffered. Despite that, some good-natured people from the Netherlands, one of the countries affected much more heavily by the pandemic, still extended a hand of help to us. Through an organization called AFAS Foundation, they gave bursary to many, actually most of our students when it was most needed. That's why we must strive to live as a global society, because we can then share the world's resources equitably. The best way to thank those who helped us is to work hard towards recovery, so that we take back our responsibility once again. Nataka kuchukua fursa hii kwa niaba ya Community Health Promotion Fund kumtakia Krismasi njema na tulivu na mwaka mpya wa 2021. Ni matumaini yetu kuwa utakuwa wa mafanikio kuliko mwaka huu. Asanteni sana.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and our graduates. The theme of this graduation is the future of education in TVET. TVET refers to a range of learning experiences which are commonly referred to as competency-based education and training, CBT. Its aim is to equip learners with a broad range of knowledge, skills, and attitudes for meaningful participation in social and economic life. As we are all aware, CBT is one of the strategies the government is using to achieve its vision of developing Kenya into an industrialized country by 2030. As students and parents of this college, you must be aware that North Coast Medical Training College adopted CBET way back in 2012, when training in many colleges was still traditional and teacher-centered. In 2013, the government officially approved CBET through the Technical and Vocational Education and Training Act number 29 of 2013. Since then, it has been made aware that North Coast Medical Training College has made big strides in creating training systems that fully support CBET. For example, as we all know, North Coast is one of the home of Skills Lab training, which in a sense is the foundation of CBET in healthcare training. The two directors of North Coast, Dr. Marian De Winkel and Mr. Ruben Waswa, were among the initial programmers of Skills Lab in Kenya way back in the 1990s. And they have ensured that North Coast remains ahead of the pack when it comes to use of skills in lab methodology in training. The college has also invested heavily in establishing an e-learning system that has transformed training in North Coast. For example, during the lockdown, North Coast students did not lose even a day of learning because they switched straight away to e-learning. I can sense that graduates of North Coast are going to compete well in the current technological-driven world. I am also happy to learn that you have a robust community-based education and service program that exposes students to real-life community health situation. Again, I believe this will go a long way in empowering North Coast graduates to be able to engage and solve community health issues from an experienced and a practical approach. This is what we need to achieve universal health coverage. As a senior practicing nurse, I sometimes long for days when training was real hands-on. Theory in class would support practice and not the other way around. At graduation times like this, one would feel that they have been totally transformed into a competent professional. This, I hope, is what most of you graduates are now feeling. What makes a good professional is not the certificate you're going to receive today, but it is a whole set of value that should guide your professional life. Commitment, respect, accountability to your patients and clients, continuous professional development are some of the core values that should guide your life henceforth. As you go out to the field, it is expected that you will keep abreast with the profession by subscribing to nursing bodies, the Nursing Council of Kenya for regulation purposes, professional nursing associations like the Kenya Progressive Nurses Association, established more than 30 years ago, and a representative nursing association with membership across all counties in Kenya, regionally and internationally. With more than 10,000 strong membership, it seeks to keep nurses and midwives updated in order to provide quality health care. For labor relations, we have an established nurses union, the Kenya National Union of Nurses, purpose to belong. I want to take this moment to wish you all the best in your future endeavors. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year 2021.
Good afternoon. My name is Riziki Zombo. I'm here to give a vote of thanks. We take this opportunity to thank all those who are watching and those who have supported us. My fellow graduates, today is a day to be thankful and to be inspired. First, we have much to be thankful for. We have received a great education thanks to our fine administration and teachers. We are prepared to move on and to take on whatever challenges come next in our lives. Fellow graduates, I want you to know what a great gift it is to be prepared as we are, because not all schools offer such an advantage. Here we have had high degree of academic excellence, and whether you intend to continue your education or not, you will benefit from what you have learned here. We can also be thankful for our families. These past years have presented us with a lot of ups and downs, and it is good to know that we had our families in our corner, supporting us along the way. Thank you, our parents and guardians, who will not be here today without you. Finally, we can be thankful for each other. The friendship that we have made here will last lifetime. In the same way, we have supported each other and helped each other succeed in these years at North Coast Medical Training College. I hope we will continue to provide support and encouragement for each other in future endeavors. Often on graduation day, we look outside for heroes, but I see them right here among us. I have seen in my years at North Coast Medical Training College that we don't have to look far for inspiration, and that we each have the potential to an inspiring contribution to others by being true to our values and committing ourselves to lofty goals. When you live here today, celebrate what you have accomplished, but look forward with an eye towards how you too can be inspiration to others. Congratulations, class of 2020.